Game looks fine.
Game looks fine? Okay, then this works. Alright, hello people. Welcome to Slay the Spire.
I have no idea what this game is. Well, I have some ideas, but no idea how to play.
Game sound is a little bit loud.
Jesus Christ, that resolution.
Yep. 4K, dude. Okay, anyway, so Slay the Spire, basically how it works is it's a card game.
It's a deck building card game, right?
It's a card game, but it's also a roguelike RPG. So I have my friend Connell here because you have experience in Hearthstone, right?
Somewhat embarrassing amount.
It's surprisingly similar to Hearthstone. It's not too similar to Hearthstone. There's not summoning minions. There's not.
Before anyone gets any ideas, I will note the highest rank I had in Hearthstone is like rank 12, so I'm not that good.
But the lowest rank possible is 25, so that means you got halfway up the ladder.
Yeah, 12's about where you can make it with a pretty.
You know, my highest rank in Hearthstone is 25. I never really played ranked. I think I played it once, but I never really won a match because I was not a good Hearthstone player. I am a good Yu-Gi-Oh player. I still haven't made a video on that. I have like Yu-Gi-Oh RP videos, very cringy, like Minecraft stuff. Don't ever watch that, Connell. Okay, so.
Well, I have to now.
Okay. So, anyways, basically with this game, you get a set amount of mana per turn. And then when you cast a spell, it takes away some mana. Very similar to Hearthstone. The only difference is that instead of gaining 1 extra mana per turn, you are capped at 3, or sometimes you can get an item which can give you 4. Sometimes you can get an item that will give you some benefits, but it will also set your mana to 2, and etc. And there are also other effects that can give you more mana, and you can also go above the cap. So you can have like. At one point, I think I had 11 out of 3 mana.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright. I think, empty slot. What's your name be?
Why would you ask me to name something? This is like this is the worst thing for me to... Beppis?
Beppis it is. Beppis it is. That's like his thing. Just naming everything Beppis. There,
yeah,
Beppis.
it's easy.
Okay, so first of all, we start with standard, and you always start with the Ironclad. That's always your first class. Once you play along, you'll unlock more classes. The next one we'll unlock is kind of like a rogue class. Then after that, it's like a DPS class, and then once we finish the game, we'll also unlock a. I don't know how to describe it. It's a pretty weird class. It's pretty fun to mess around with, though. I haven't beaten the game with. I've only beaten this game once. I'm pretty terrible at it. Okay. So to start us off, we can go to any of these 4 rooms, and they will take us along different paths to get to the end to fight this boss.
The Spire, which we are here to slay.
Yes, but no. This is only the first floor. There are 3 floors.
Okay.
So
it's not Spire yet.
With that in mind, where would you like to start?
The other one on the right gives us the most options, because it's an unknown and then a merchant. I feel like the merchant's good to have.
So you want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just seems like the best one.
So basically, this is just telling me this is telling you everything that I already told you. Oh yeah, you can see what your enemy is planning on doing next above your head. So like you can see here, he's got a sword with a 10. That means he's going to deal 10 damage.
Okay, I'm assuming block thing.
Yeah. So here are our cards. As you can see, right here we have 3 mana. This is a strike. It'll deal 6 damage and it'll take away a mana. This is a defend. It'll give us 5 block, which will expire at the end of the turn, assuming he doesn't get rid of it all. And it will also cost 1 mana. This one, it requires 2 mana, but it does 8 damage and it deals 2 vulnerable. That means he'll take 2 extra damage from any attack after this. And he is planning on dealing 11 damage to us. So what would you like to do?
Try to play it safe. Block twice, strike once.
Okay. In all fairness, playing this on Parsec might have actually been easier.
Yeah, quite. We can swap over if it gets to be too much of a pain.
Okay. So yeah, as you can see, he did 11 damage. We had 10 blocks, so we took 1 point of damage. Now he's planning on using a buff and block. So
just smack him.
Just smack him, yeah. So now he has 6 block, and he also has 3 strength. So that means his attacks will deal 3 extra damage.
Oh,
Also, when we run out of cards in our deck, we only have like 10 cards in our deck. Instead, yeah, just reshuffles. So
okay, so he's hitting for 10.
Same for 10, and he also has 6 block. So we can get rid of all that with a strike. But then, in order to be able to do any meaningful damage, especially since we only have 1 other attack card in our hand, we won't be able to block anything. So we could go for it. Keep in mind that we have this relic right here. So at the end of this battle, no matter what happens, we're gonna heal 6 health.
Let's do bash and strike. Let's go for the kill.
Okay. How's the resolution, by the way? Like, can you see all the numbers?
Yep.
Okay. Just kill him.
Just bash him.
Okay. And he's dead. All right. So now we got gold, and we also got this potion. It's called Liquid Memories. So basically, we get a card from our discard pile, add it to our hand, and it costs nothing. And we also get to add a card to our hand at the end of every combat. So Twin Strike. I'll let you read through them.
What does ethereal mean?
When you use it, it exhausts, I believe. No, if it's in your hand at the end of the turn, it exhausts. So exhausted cards, rather than being discarded, they just gone. You just can't use it for the rest of that specific combat.
Okay, so you have to use that whenever you draw it.
You have to use it when you draw it, but it also deals 20 damage. There's also Twin Strike, which will deal 10 damage or 5 damage twice, and Second Wind, which super duper block.
Let's go with Carnage. That seems interesting.
Okay.
I think Twin Strike's better, but Carnage seems more fun.
Alright, so now we got this mystery space, and we got a merchant. So, where do you want?
Merchant's probably better.
Merchant it is. So at the merchant, you can buy cards. These are all cards that are specific to your class. You can also buy colorless cards, which can be used by any class. You can buy potions, or you can buy relics, which we can't afford. Or you can also pay to have a card removed from your deck.
I assume relics are like permanent passives.
Yeah, like this thing right here, this is a relic. This is the thing that lets us heal 6 HP at the end of every combat.
So, Warcry, draw 1 card.
Warcry?
I'm just looking at things.
Okay. Don't worry, no rush, I'll be cutting all of this out. Although the game does keep track of your time.
Combust seems interesting.
You think you want that? It costs 69 gold.
I feel like I'm obligated to get that.
You want it?
Sorry, I'm confused about transmute.
Okay, so X, when an X thing is used, that means it uses all the mana that you have left in that turn.
Oh. So, okay. Yep.
So basically, you would use this. It would use all of your mana, and you would get a bunch of random colorless cards. They don't necessarily have to be in your deck, kind of like when you get a card in Hearthstone. But they will also
randomly generated.
Yeah, and it will also cost 0.
Well, that seems good, but we can't afford it.
We can't afford it.
I also think Perfected Strike is not as good as I think it is.
Perfected Strike can actually deal a lot of damage because it's like. Okay, so we start off with 5 strikes in our deck, and it deals 2 extra damage for each strike. So that means right now it'll deal 16 damage.
Oh,
yes,
that's not in your. I thought it was all of them.
All of them. That's why it's capitalized. All.
Oh.
Also with deep breath.
I think probably get Combust and Perfected Strike.
Combust and Perfected Strike. Okay. And that leaves us with 19 gold. I'll just let you control this entire first run. So enemy or mystery.
Let's go with the mystery.
Alright, so mystery, basically just anything can happen. We can run into enemies, we can run into... Oh, yay, I have more things to explain now. Okay. So, you can kind of figure out what removing a card is. Transform a card, it means you just take a card, and it just becomes another card. Upgrade a card, so each card can be upgraded once, with one exception, I forget what that exception is. And basically it will either reduce the cost of it, or it will augment what that card can do, or in some cases both. So let's say we were to augment Combust. I believe that makes it innate, which means we'll start with it in our hand.
So I don't think there's anything currently that we want to forget.
Probably not. We haven't really gotten to the point where we get curses yet.
We should do potentially after this. We should do one of the Hearthstone single player runs.
That could be fun.
Because
you can explain all this stuff to me.
Yes. Let's go with Grow.
Grow? Okay. So now we get to choose a card to upgrade. What would you like to upgrade?
Carnage.
Carnage. Okay. So if you upgrade Carnage, it will deal 28 damage instead of 20.
Oh, that's actually kind of boring.
Okay.
What does Combust do?
I believe it makes it... Oh no, it makes it deal 7 damage instead of 5. Every turn.
And what about Perfected Strike?
Perfected Strike. I believe similar to... deals 3 additional damage for every card.
That seems really good to upgrade.
Perfected Strike?
Yeah.
Alright. Another thing that's worth knowing, you can also upgrade cards at rest sites.
Okay.
Which we actually have one coming up pretty soon.
On to the monster.
Oh yay, these things. So these are their buffs at the bottom. So this is curl up. So when they take damage, they'll get that much block. I think they only get it once. However, we can just kill one of them right away.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah, probably kill the one that's going to attack, and then...
Okay.
I guess just smack the other one.
Okay.
Ooh,
He's big boy now, but now he's gonna die, I assume. Unless you don't want him to for some reason. Bash? Oh, we're going overkill with this one.
Bash!
Okay, so now we got 16 gold. We got an explosive potion, which deals 10 damage to all enemies, and we get to grab a card.
Another Perfected Strike.
You want that?
No, I'm just noting.
Okay.
Let's go with Rampage. I think that'll be stronger into later.
It only upgrades it for the rest of the combat, so once the combat's over, it goes back down to 8.
Yeah, but it's good to have cards that are good for long fights.
Okay. Oh god, cultists. I hate cultists.
Probably just Rampage Perfected Strike. Just
okay. Alright.
Into him. That seems like a pretty good start.
Okay. So he has this. So at the beginning of at the end of every turn that he has, he will gain 3 strength, which means that this number will be 3 times bigger every single time. However, we can just kill him.
Yeah, he seems very threatening, but like we do really well.
Yeah, we can just so just kill him.
Yeah, just Carnage. Boom.